Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to show you a very easy liquidity sweep fake breakout trading strategy. This strategy is very different than what I have taught so far on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you watch this video until the end so you do not miss any important information. And if you have not yet, subscribe to the channel as I am just giving away all the knowledge for free. So you can subscribe to help me grow the channel. So let's get into this video. So here is how we are going to use this strategy. During the Asian, London or New York session, we need a move up and we need market to make a high right here, and once we will make a high, we need at least 3 touches at this high, and we normally call it a resistance area. Now a very important thing that we need to consider here is that when we will create this high right here, the last candle, it should be a bullish candle. So I'm going to type here that last candle needs to be bullish, and next candle after the last bullish one should not close higher than bullish candle. So it's a very important point that we need to keep in mind. That means that if the candle, the last candle that closed here, if it is bullish, then it's a plus point, and the next candle that will close, it should be lower than the last bullish candle. So we are gonna need this as a reference. If we have a last bullish candle here and the next candle it does not close above that bullish candle, then this area becomes a very important area, and we need 3 touches. The first touch is right here, then we have our second touch, then there is a third touch, and after we get these 3 touches, the first one here, the second one here, the third one here, we need market to make a move to the upside, and it should go higher than that. But keep in mind that this move should not go higher this much. It needs to go a little higher than our resistance area, and after that there needs to be a lot of seller momentum. Then we will consider it a fake breakout, and we're just gonna wait until the market retest this resistance and we can take the trade. Now similarly for the sell side, we need a support level, then 3 touches of the support. Now when we will be making the 3 touches, keep in mind the last candle here, it should be a bearish candle, and the next candle after that, it must not close lower than the previous bearish candle. So a last bearish candle and then the move to the upside. And when we make the move to the upside and we get 3 touches, that area becomes very important for us. So we need market to come down again, makes a fake breakout, then we need a lot of momentum from buyers, and we can take the trade from the retest of the market, which will be this area. Now the moves should not have to be like this. Sometimes what can happen that we can get these kind of a moves. So we can have 3 touches of the support level right here, and then we can wait for the market to make a spike to the downside, takes out a lot of liquidity here, then moves back in with a lot of momentum, and we can expect a retest at this area to take the trade. Now you can definitely take the trade from the extreme fair value gap, but I do not recommend you to do that because there are chances that you will miss a lot of trades. So always wait for the market to make a retest to that resistance area, which can also be called a supply level. Just wait for the market to touch that box that you will draw, take the trade, place your stops just above that resistance, and your target on 1 hour time frame, it needs to be a 3 risk to reward ratio trade. And if we take a trade on 5-minute time frame, then it needs to be 1:2 risk reward trade. So let me show you some examples so you can understand it perfectly. So here on this chart, it's a 1 hour time frame of Swiss franc Japanese yen, and here we have a move to the downside, and we created a support level right here. And when we created a support level, just look at the last candle. It's definitely a complete bearish candle, and the next candle after that, it did not close lower than the bearish one. So this area becomes very important. So we have our first touch, then the market came back, we have our second touch, buyers went up, and right we can see we have our third touch here. As the market came down, buyers reacted from here. Now it does not have to be a move like that, because sometimes we can get a small movement like we have got here. So we have our 3 touches. So what we need next, we need a 4th movement, but it should go lower than the area of this support level to have a fake breakout. And the moment we break it, if we extend this box, we can see that we went lower than that. Market took out a lot of liquidity at this area, and then a lot of momentum from the buyers. So we can simply just place the trade right after when the market retested this area, which is exactly at this level, put our stops right at this support and our target at 1:3 rewards, as we are on the 1 hour time frame. So now let's move on to the next example. So on this example right here, we have the move to the upside which created a resistance, Then market made sellers movement. We touched this resistance second time. Then we did that third time. Now all the times, as this was the last candle which closed and the next candle after that, it closed lower than the previous one. So during all of these three touches, no candle actually closed above this area. Yes, we did go higher than that, but that's fine. And right after, when we had this third touch, what we need market to come back up again, makes a fake out, then sellers to make a movement with a lot of strength, retest that level, and then we can place the trade. So now let's see how the market actually came to that area. So here you can see we actually went higher than that. We grabbed a lot of liquidity at this area when we made a fake breakout. Now what we need sellers to make a movement. We need to break this level, and after that a retest here, and then we can definitely take the trade. So let's first wait until the sellers come back again lower than this resistance. So as we can see, we have a lot of strength from the sellers. So we can simply just place our trade here, our stops here, and as it is a 1 hour time frame, so we can put our target at 3 rewards, which is right here. So let's see how this trade will play. So as we can see, the trade got executed at this candle as we retested it, and now we are making the move to the downside. So this trade even went lower than the 3 rewards, which is definitely very good. So these are the two examples that I have shown you so far on the 1 hour time frame. Now let me show you an example on the 5-minute time frame as well. So here we are on the 5-minute time frame on Euro US dollar pair, and this is the movement that created a resistance. We have a very nice bullish candle right here, and the next candle, it never really went higher than that. The next candles closed lower than the previous bullish candle, so that's a plus point. And after that, the sellers made a movement. We came to this area, we retested it, it's a second touch, then sellers came down, then we touched this resistance again for the third time, and now the sellers have made a movement. So what we need the buyers to go higher than this area to create a fake out, then sellers to make a strong movement to the downside lower than our resistance, and we can take the trade after the retest of this resistance, and we have to place our target at 1:2 rewards because we are on the 5-minute time frame. So let's see how the market is gonna make a move to the upside. Now the buyers, they have came to that level, but we have not really made a spike to the up. We have not really liquidated a lot of positions so far. Then the sellers are coming down. Again, we need a liquidity grab at this area, and that happened right here. As we can see, the moment that the market actually went way higher than this previous resistance area, we grabbed a lot of liquidity here, and now we need a strong sellers movement. So when we have this strong sellers movement, we can definitely see momentum from the sellers. So we can simply just put our limit order at this area, stops here, and target at 1:2 rewards. So we can definitely see that this trade even made us more than 4 rewards, and it actually went lower than that. So it's definitely a very good strategy, and it has been working for me for a very long period of time. So I hope that you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section on what topic you want me to make a video in the future. And if you have not yet, consider subscribing, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Peace out.